My name is Terry Thomas, and this is my presentation of learning as a first-year ally. So why did I join Public Allies? Well, I suffer from numerous disabilities and illnesses, and my life was going in a really bad direction. After high school, I went to college. I went to college for about a semester, and I dropped out, and I got really sick, and I had to basically go to the hospital. I got better, or so I thought, and I went back again, and then I ended up dropping out for a second time. And I ended up having to try to make it up by going to CCAC classes in the summer to try to get my student, my, God damn it, my scholarships back because I was a Pittsburgh Promise Executive Scholar and I was going to school for full time, but I ended up messing that up. So now I was even in a worse situation. And for a whole year, I basically did nothing. I was stuck in my room, just sleeping all day, and I got a notice where I was gonna, if I didn't start working, that I would be cut off benefits, and I would basically end up on the streets. And I was running out of time, and my aunt showed me a picture of Public Allies in the newspaper, and she said that it should be something it's basically my last chance. And I basically threw the newspaper away, and I did nothing with it. And I remember that during the last day where the deadline to apply for, I managed to remember to apply for it, and I basically, signed up for it, and then I was able to join. So that's why I joined. So where am I now? My personal development, I can say that I can speak comfortably. I can speak comfortably in small talk. I can be precise and get to the point and get what I need out of a conversation. I begin to recognize my strengths. I know that I'm very kind and respectful to people, and I can use that to basically, help others. And other people have said that they've been inspired by my maturity. I began my restoration of bonds. I began healing my relationships that I've broken with family and friends. So I still got a while to go on that, but I'll get to there. I'll get better on that. So next, I'm going to talk about my professional development. So what did I improve on? Well, I improved my work experience. I can say that I've successfully graduated from Public Allies. Well, not yet, but I've successfully participated in Public Allies. I participated in placement and TSP, and I can put all that on my resume. I became more business aware. I know how businesses work, how nonprofits work now, and I became more interculturally aware, so I know what's going on besides what's going on in the Black community. I know what's going on in others as well, based on the trainings and the people that I've worked with at placement. And I gotten better at planning and organizing, just planning and organizing events, planning and organizing curriculums to give out to the teachers, which I'll talk about later. But where can I still improve professionally? I still need to get better at networking and communicating. I still jumble up on my words a lot, and it's hard for me to talk without getting nervous or just forgetting my train of thought. Just my budgeting and marketing skills and taking initiative. it's hard for me to jump in a conversation because I like to step back and listen first before giving my thoughts out. So I like to hear everyone's opinions, and then I jump in whenever I'm invited. But I still need to improve on just learning when to jump in on a conversation whenever I feel like I have a really good idea, and not be afraid to get my opinion or my voice out there. And now I'm going to talk about my placement and how I changed the organization, or how did it change. So U Places is a kind of a mid to large nonprofit. There's 11 sites across the city. It's very understaffed. There's not really a lot of expertise in the field, because U Places, they would hire people just off the street without looking at their resume. And we had a new CEO that came on board when I joined U Places as well. So all the staff and all of the operations, they were all going through complete change. So all the staff were learning with me while I was learning as well. So we went through a lot of trainings, kind of like similar to Public Allies, but only it was a little bit shorter. It lasted for about 2 weeks, and I felt like really kind of like I was wasting my time with with Public Allies and placement, because I feel like I was just learning a bunch of stuff I learned while I was basically in the hospital, just learning about how to talk to people, how to network and stuff. And that was stuff that I was learning while I was having, when we were talking in like group settings and talking about our experiences. And so changes that I made, I was able to help build a temporary database for U Places. U Places needed a new database, and while they were creating that, they needed someone to create something that was temporary, and I did that through Excel. So I was able to like enroll like youth enrollment into the database, and we were able to like monitor like how many kids we had and who were coming in. I helped manage a team of 11 site managers across the city, and there were a lot of communication issues because we don't really have like good communication at U Places. But I was able to interact with the people that are close to me, or that come to the main site regularly, which is where I stay at, and we were able to work together there, and then they would share like what we learned to the other site managers because they worked closely with them. So it was kind of like a give and take kind of thing. So yeah, areas of improvement, like I said, we need academic coaches at every site. These are people who help facilitate the curriculum. Most sites don't have them, and those that do, they're like under contract. So we can't really do what we want to do with programming. We need a permanent director of education. My supervisor, she stepped on to become the director of education, but she has to do her old role too, so she was doing 2 jobs at once, which was making, her job harder, and I had to basically assist with what she was doing. Money was an issue at U Places. We were running into a lot of budgeting issues, and a lot of programming that we had planned had to be canceled because of money. and we need tools to help measure our outcomes. We haven't really been able to like create assessments for our students, but I began to do that with such as like creating like student surveys that the youth can like take whenever they sign up for U Places, so we can see like what do the kids want to see. But that's stuff that's going to be happening in the future as I continue to stay on board and do my second year with them as an executive ally. That's something that we're going to be working on next. And that's it. Thank you very much.